Get ready for this deep dive, folks. Brought to you by therealfl.co.uk. We're going to be breaking down a championship clash that I think has all the makings of a classic Luton Town versus Sheffield United. You might be thinking on the surface, David versus Goliath Luton, stuck at the bottom of the table. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
The championship is known for being unpredictable, and Sheffield United, yeah, they're the favorites. They're chasing promotion. But Luton Town at home, they could cause an upset.
Let's get into it. Luton, they've been battling it out, the worst post-Premier League hangover we've seen in recent memory. Their away form has been pretty dismal, but at home they've managed to scrape 18 points. That's more than other relegation contenders like Huddersfield and Blackpool. It's not exactly a fortress, but enough to make things a bit spicy, don't you think?
Yeah, their home form, it does offer them a little bit of hope, but they haven't won at Kenilworth Road since December 20th. And in their last 3 home defeats, they haven't even scored a goal.
So maybe not a goal fest. But what about their defensive tactics at home? Are we seeing anything interesting there?
Well, one thing we have noticed is that Luton, they tend to sit back a bit more at home, absorb the pressure, and then rely on those counterattacks. And they've actually been quite effective at limiting those shots on target, especially from outside the box.
So maybe they're thinking they can frustrate Sheffield United's attack and then just snatch a goal on the break?
That could well be their game plan. However, Sheffield United, they've been ruthless on the road. 3 straightaway wins with 5 goals scored. They're a well-oiled machine under Chris Wilder, and he knows how to get his teams firing in these high-pressure situations.
Yeah, Wilder's experience in the championship, that can't be ignored. But let's not forget about Luton's manager, Rob Edwards. He's made some really savvy tactical adjustments this season, and he might just have a trick or two up his sleeve for this match.
For sure, Edwards. He is known for being adaptable. It will be interesting to see what formation he chooses to go with against Sheffield United's attack. They're potent. You know, their last meeting back in October, Sheffield United won that 1-2-0, but it wasn't a walk in the park for them. Luton actually held their own for a good chunk of that match.
All right, so we've got ourselves a tactical chess match brewing here. Speaking of chess pieces, let's talk about the key players who could really swing this game. For Luton, all eyes are going to be on Carlton Morris, their leading scorer, 7 goals. He needs to be at his best to break down that Sheffield United defense.
Yeah, Moore's definitely a player to watch, but I'm really interested to see what Jordan Clark can do. He's been pulling the strings in midfield, 3 goals and 3 assists. If Luton can create those chances, Clark's vision and his passing, that's going to be crucial.
Yeah, I like that. You're focusing on that creative spark, not just the goal scorer. For Sheffield United, I mean, it's hard to ignore the duo of Gustavo Hammer and Jazurin Raksaki, 13 goals and 7 assists between them this season.
A nightmare for defenses for sure. But let's not forget about a bit of an unsung hero, Harrison Burrows, rock solid at the back, but he's also chipped in with 5 goals from set pieces. Talk about a threat on both ends of the pitch.
5 goals from a defender. That's pretty wild. I guess that speaks to Sheffield United's strength all over the pitch.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the championship here. Upsets happen all the time. Luton have shown they can compete with the best. They even beat Sheffield United 3-2 back in December 2023.
Right, it was a thriller. And it proves that Luton shouldn't be written off. They might be bottom of the table, but they can definitely pull off a surprise. Especially at home with that crowd behind them. That can be a real factor.
Okay, so we've got a clash of styles, intriguing player matchups, a history of close encounters. What are your predictions for this match?
All right, let's get down to it. I'm going to say Sheffield United win, but I don't think it'll be a blowout.
So a hard-fought win for Sheffield United.
Exactly. I'm thinking a 2-1 victory for the Blades. I think Luton will make them work for it. But that attacking quality for Sheffield United, I think it'll be too much in the end.
Interesting. Now, do you think we're going to see both teams find the back of the net?
I do, yeah. Both teams to score seems like a pretty safe bet. Luton can nick a goal at home and then Sheffield's firepower up front. So, yeah, I'd say that's likely. As for the total goals, I'm leaning towards under 2.5, mainly because I think Luton's going to focus on being solid at the back.
Okay, so we're thinking a cagey affair, but with goals from both sides.
That's my take on it. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a real nail-biter, decided by one moment of brilliance or maybe a defensive mistake.
Now, for our listeners who want to dive even deeper into this match, where can they find more insights and breakdowns? You can find all that good stuff over on therealfl.co.uk. We've got probable lineups, tactical analysis, even some historical data on these two teams.
We've really gone all out to give you the best preview of this championship clash.
So that's what we've got. A real clash of styles, different ambitions, a history of close encounters between these two sides.
Yeah.
It really could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of the championship, isn't it? You just never know. Sheffield United might have the edge on paper, but Luton's shown they can step up to the challenge, especially at home.
Exactly. This one could come down to a moment of magic, a defensive error, or maybe even a bit of that famous Kenilworth Road roar.
One thing's for sure, it's going to be a fascinating match.
And for all of you listening, we want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to come out on top in this championship clash? Head over to therealfl.co.uk. Let us know in the comments section of our article.
Yeah, we love hearing your predictions and your insights, so join the conversation.
And that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Until next time, happy watching.